Hello guys, just wanted to make a quick video to touch on this madness surrounding the coronavirus. I've been watching it quite closely since day one and seeing it spread, and trying to read as many news stories as possible about it. And there seems to be a lot of confusion around the coronavirus. Firstly, coronavirus, there are several types. It's not just one. Corona is just a name that's given to a specific type of virus, and then they name it individually, obviously, like SARS, Ebola, NCOV. There's been several different types of coronavirus, so then they name it differently. There's lots of speculation that, Bill Gates has got something to do with all this. There's a lot of, obviously, news stories been flying around for years that him and his foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, have had their fingers in a lot of these viruses and the antiviruses that have come out to protect people from the vaccinations and so on and so forth. It's very well documented that he's clearly stated, that the world's overpopulated and he's all for depopulation, etc., etc. Conspiracy theories, what you make of it, what you will, depending on the research that you do. I mean, in my own opinion, I've done quite a bit of digging into things, and I definitely think there's some questions that need answering. Especially as it dawned on me this morning. I woke up and I don't know why, but I just thought, you have this cruise liner, the Diamond Princess, that's been docked in Japan for some time now, with all these people that are diagnosed with coronavirus on there. And there's been a few news stories coming out that people on board the ship have said that, everyone was fine until they actually docked, and then authorities came aboard and started swabbing people, and then people started getting ill. Before then, they was fine. There was another ship as well that was docked called the World Dream, and that was docked at a port in Hong Kong, but after a couple of days they lifted the quarantine on that and was given all the clear. It got me thinking, and I was, I find it a little absurd that there just happens to be one cruise liner, no other ships, that has obviously got people aboard it that have contracted the virus. So I thought, let me do a little bit of digging today. So I had a little look, and turns out that the CEO of the company that owned the Diamond Princess used to be president at Monsanto. And Monsanto are well known for a lot of chemicals and anti-pesticides that have been scrutinised over the years for causing cancers and everything else by obviously crop spraying and so on and so forth. This guy is, or was, a major player in Monsanto. Then went off to form his own company with some shareholders in Monsanto, which also happens to be a little bit ropey. Company involved with sugar substitutes, which a lot of people will know that some sugar substitutes, sweeteners, etc., also contain a lot of stuff that aren't particularly good for your body. And Bill Gates obviously has a massive share in Monsanto as well. When you start connecting things together and seeing all these people that are involved in different companies and how these companies are linked, it does make you question things. Now, I'm not speculating. It just does seem a little bit odd to me. It's not something I'm going to panic about. I will be keeping a close eye on it, and I will keep posting information like I do on my Facebook and everything. I'll put a couple of links in under this video as well, because, like I say, there's some dodgy things surrounding this corona. A university, Johns Hopkins University, did a pandemic exercise last year, and it turns out that China were the worst prepared. Lo and behold, China ended up getting the worst hit with corona. This was in October or November. There's videos on YouTube called Event 201, and you can watch them all from the start when they started it to the finish of the pandemic exercise. You know, it's very, very strange. And again, Johns Hopkins University, I believe, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have contributed to them and helped them through things, vice versa, work together. There's just so many really strange, dodgy things surrounding this whole outbreak of coronavirus, and as much as I do think it's something that everybody should be keeping a close eye on, I also think that there's a lot of fear-mongering and scaremongering involved to push for mandatory vaccines, you know, certain laws and legislations to be pushed through. You know, we're already hearing news that certain countries are going to close schools and universities and everything. You've got Boris Johnson talking about the same sort of things, closing certain cities or whatever, to deal with it. And then obviously now there's news coming out of army being put on the streets and police not dealing with certain crimes unless they're very serious because of coronavirus outbreak and everything else. So technically a martial law type scenario. It's very interesting, to say the least. It's also quite scary, you know, when you've got children. I've got children. Makes me think of them even more so every day and what they're doing and if they're okay. You know, what are their schools going to do to combat this without it getting completely blown out of proportion and whatever else. It's going to be an interesting next few weeks to see what happens. Like I say, I will put some more... I'll put some links and stuff in the video in the comment section for people to click on and have a look. There's some meters there. There's other news clippings. I'll put in a link to their videos for Event 201. I'll put in a link for the Johns Hopkins University pandemic exercise. I'll put in a couple of other links, so the things that I found today. Like again, going back just to the cruise liner. When you look at the world's shipping map and you see how many ships there are, there's tens of thousands of ships sailing the planet all the time. How is there only one ship? It's, you know, it just all seems a little bit odd. And the thing, like I say, when you start putting connections and seeing what companies work together, or who subsidises who and who contributes to who, it does make you ask some questions, and it does kind of... it does leave you to start thinking, are there some conspiracies behind all this and whatever else? But it's not conspiracy, it's facts. You just need to dig the information out there freely for people to obtain. You can get information through the Freedom of Information Act if you really want to, by doing a subject access request. Yeah, there's lots of ways of doing it. But anyway, it's definitely something I think people should keep an eye on. Like I say, I'll put links and everything in. I'm not trying to scaremonger everyone or anyone. I just thought I wanted to mention it because it seems to be a massive thing at the minute and everyone's talking about it. And like I say, there's, when you do start digging into a few little things, there's some questionable facts and comments and news reports out there and videos obviously on YouTube that people are posting from all over the world in different places that contradicts what other people are saying. And, you know, yeah, it's definitely an interesting one, folks, and one I think everybody should keep their eyes on, and I certainly will be. And I will be keep posting information on my Facebook, like I said, when I find it, and anything I keep digging up. So yeah, that's that about coronavirus. As for my personal issues, I'll be touching on them again soon. A few things I'm waiting for at the minute, a few replies. I need to send an email actually to the social care ombudsman, as well as a phone call. Again, a couple of other people, but I'll be updating on that again soon. But for now, I hope everyone's well. Wash your hands, keep hygienic, take care, and God bless everyone. Goodbye.